Hi guys, Sandy Bell with My Fairy Treasures. Okay, we are back. Okay, I got a bunch of stuff on top of my book here. Okay, what we're going to do today is, this is where we left off. Let me take this stuff off here. We left off yesterday with this beautiful background. I'm loving how this background turned out. If you don't know how we got to this background, just go back to the last 3 videos and it builds up this background. Okay, so now we're ready for focal points. We're not going to actually apply all the focal points, but we're going to start preparing. On this side of the page, the focal point's going to be her, but we need to color her up. After I do color her up though, I will shrink her down to a 5x7 and then we'll put her on here as a 5x7 size. And that'll be in the mixed media fun kit. You'll get her this size, you'll get her shrunk down, you'll get her all kinds of ways. We'll talk about the mixed media fun kit at the end. Okay, so anyway, we need to color her up. We're going to do that today. Okay, so let me remove that for now. Next thing is we need to put something on this side. I did have some collage that I was going to collage together, but this was just sitting in my over here on my side table, and I was like, oh, this would be fabulous. I have to turn it this way because it's really long. These are, and I've said it before, these are Dollar Tree wall decals. You guys, they're $1, and you get all of this. Now, I said things around your house, like magazines are around your house, but also, I'm trying to tell you is that you can use the cheapest things. It's not about the cost, it's about the creativity. About something. So that's still the same point I'm trying to relate to. I'm trying to project. So I'm going, instead of collaging, so if you don't have wall stickers, go into a magazine and collage 3 or 4 pictures together. Put one picture here you think will look great, okay? But so instead of that, I found this and I just thought this is gorgeous. I've been wanting to use this wall decal. I do encourage you to go to Dollar Tree and to get these wall decals for your art. Ooh, should I put it right? Oh yeah, that would be perfect right there. Unless, oh, I see, it's a heart. Ew, you know what? Well, I'll just, okay, what this is, it's a heart. See, you put it together. So I remember when I wanted to use this, I actually wanted to use this together. Look how pretty that would be on a page. All right, you guys, midstream, I'm changing my mind again because I want to use it that way. So, you guys, I'm going to pause really quickly and pick out a couple of collage bits that we're going to collage together, my original idea, on this side. So, I'm going to pause and I'm going to go grab that stuff. So, just a second. Okay, you guys, I'm back. All right. I love how I just changed my whole mind right in the middle of all that after I talked about all the stuff from Dollar Tree. But, you know, that happens. You do things and then you're not sure, and I've changed my mind again. So let me just explain. We're going to color her next. That's why she's sitting here. I went through my collage bits that I think I want to use on this side, opposite my focal point, which is going to be her. But I'm not exactly sure the color of her wings, her hair. I want to wait till this fully develops before I completely choose what's going to go over here. But these are my ideas. These are my things I feel like we could collage together somehow, maybe, I'm not sure. So, but these are the things, okay? And I'm really like this one. Collage that, and maybe this with some roses. I'm not sure. So, I have my ideas. I'm going to set these aside. We're going to set this aside. There we go. And we're going to start coloring her. Okay? Our focal point for this side. Yeah. So let's get started on that. This is a new, technique of kind of a new technique for me to color. So we're going to test it out right now. I haven't even practiced this, which makes me a little bit nervous because usually I practice a little bit before I do something new, and I'm not this time. Okay. let's go ahead and we're going to take this color called Ginger Root and we're going to put it all over her skin very lightly. I'm going to avoid the eye area so that I can, we're going to avoid the eye area so that I can put my eyeshadow on like I always like to. And I like it because the colors can really be, if I just start from white, it makes the colors way more vibrant. Oh, and I should let you know the colors I'm using. This color, like I said, is Ginger Root. And I'm just doing that for the skin, the base of the skin. And then I'm using Processed Red, which is like a magenta. And I'm using Indigo Blue. So you guys will see. I got this idea from a picture I saw. Oh man, my thing broke. I got this idea from a picture I saw. Her skin was colored this way. It was something I saw on Facebook, Instagram. I can't even remember. Pinterest. And I wrote it down. I'm like, oh, I'd like, next time I do a skin tone, I'd like to try that. So that's what we're going to do. I know, very interesting. It's the same thing I've been doing lately, shading with color. And what I mean by that, not just shading with shades of brown, shading with color. So I really like that. All right. There we go. Make sure you guys are still there. I need to come in closer on the face. There we go. Can you see the arm too? Yeah. All right. And I know I like to use like a medium to heavy pressure. On this, I'm going to use a light pressure to lay this down because we're going to put layers, pretty heavy layers on top of this. And we're going to put pretty heavy layers on top of this, and I need everything to blend. So with pencil, if you go too heavy, like way too heavy, it's hard to blend colors on top. So I'm just going back over what I just did with a light pressure. Okay, I think that looks good. All right, then I'm trying to think how I want to do this. Yeah, and I'm doing this all from memory of how I saw this, because I took a picture of it and it's on my phone. And I'm taping with my phone right now, so I can't look at it. But from my memory, this is what I remember seeing. And I used these same colors that I'm using right now when I colored a flower. But now I'm doing it to shade a face. So that's interesting. I'm going to go over that. So I just went in with dark indigo. Now I'm going with the Processed Red. And I'm going into, of course, going over also the dark indigo and coming out a little bit. Oh, this is turning out. I can already see. Cool. I'm going to go back over that indigo again because I want to deepen that. And then I'm going to take my blender pencil and I'm going to blend this out. I'm going to blend it out into, and I remember I already put down Ginger Root, and it makes a really pretty blend when you do it. So let me get my blender. Let me sharpen my blender. All right, I need to get all the rest rest of this stuff out of here. There we go. Oh, my arm hurts. Somehow I hurt my arm doing a mix fit yesterday. It's kind of like Zumba. And I'm really loving it, actually better than Zumba, and I love Zumba. It's like a dance type of exercise class. It's so fun. Anyway, somehow I messed up my arm yesterday. Not majorly. I was trying to swing my arm a little bit harder and faster than it probably needed to be, making up for my leg, which I hurt last week. Anyway, overdoing it. And that's what it feels like. But anyway, I move this arm certain ways. It's like, oh, it's like torture. Okay, I'm liking that. Just a second, but some of the blue got in there. So what you need to do is you need to blend the blue into the magenta, okay, with the blender. And then wipe off your pencil and blend the magenta into the this color, ginger root. And then take the ginger root and kind of just blend it out like this. Absolutely gorgeous. Just a second, guys. I heard something weird outside my window. Okay. Hopefully it's nothing. Just a second. Okay, you guys, I'm back. I'm just going to leave my craft room, my art studio door open here in my bedroom. Okay, let's continue on. Let's go to the face, do the same thing. I'll talk to you guys a little bit about why I'm kind of freaked out as I start coloring this face. A few weeks ago, I heard the sound on my roof. Like someone's up there stomping around on my roof. And I was like, what the hell? Okay, so that sounds crazy, right? Someone's on your roof. That doesn't even make sense. Like, how the hell would they get up on your roof? Why would they be on your roof? So the sound stops, and then I start hearing the sound again. And it's just like bam, 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 bam on my roof. So I was outside. I was watering. I was going in and out of the house watering a new peach tree I have, just with the hose. A peach and a plum tree. And I had, like I said, I'd been hearing that, but I had convinced myself that I wasn't hearing what I was hearing, because that just sounds insane. Okay, so I go outside to turn off the water in my backyard, and I look up after I turned off the water. I look up at my roof, going, "Is there somebody on my roof?" There's a guy up there. I'm not kidding, you guys. There's literally a dude up on my flippin' roof. And you know what? This is what I did. I automatically start trying to justify why he's on the roof, like a dumbass. Okay, you don't justify why somebody's on your roof. You run in the house and call the police. So I look at him and I go, "Did my husband hire you to cut the palm trees? Because we've been talking about the palm trees need to be cut for a while." And he looks at me with some crack-headed looking eyes, and I mean crack-headed. He looked crazed. On top of that, he spurted out some type of language that made no sense, and his eyes were like huge. I was like, oh my Lord. So I hurried up, shuffled back in the house, locked the door, called my husband. I said, okay, I'm still thinking that maybe he hired somebody, and maybe this person, speaks a different language. He doesn't understand what I'm saying. I freaked him out. And my husband told him it was okay for him to cut these palm trees. Because he's underneath the palm tree, and the only reason I can feel like he's on my roof underneath the palm tree that's over the roof is because my husband hired him. So I called my husband. My husband's all, what? No, I didn't hire nobody to cut the damn palm trees. I'm like, oh Lord, we got a Fruit Loop here. Okay, so right now, you guys can see what I've done. I've shaded all the way around with this blue, okay, with this indigo. Now we're going to go the same thing we did here with the processed red. So then, I gotta call the police, get home. And so he goes, all right. So I call the police. I'm still hearing shuffling on the roof. I'm on the phone with this lady for like probably 10 minutes before the police get here. Maybe it's 7 or 8 minutes. I'm not sure. I hear a big bam. He starts, I don't know what the big bam is. All of a sudden I look, he couldn't see me because we have like this, what do you call it? We have a water cooler. So I was looking kind of like behind the water cooler at the door, the back door, which encased in glass. And I go, oh my God, he's looking through the window, and or through my glass door. And I go, and I think there's 2 of them. Okay, so now I think there's 2 of them. Okay, it was a mess. There was still only one where I found out he jumped, I think, from the roof to the pool. It was a mess, you guys. It was a hot mess. So it has freaked me out to no end. And so whenever I hear sounds, I think somebody's on the roof. And the lesson here is, when you think you hear something, trust what you hear. Don't go outside like I did and then look at the roof thinking nobody's on there. When you damn well know you heard somebody on your roof, even when something sounds crazy, trust yourself. Trust your instincts. Trust yourself. Keep yourself safe. I could have got myself killed. But anyway, the police came. Oh my God, they drew guns. It was like, I was like, and I'm still on the phone with the lady, with the dispatcher. I'm like, oh my God, they're drawing guns. I'm getting to the bathroom because the shooting could start. I mean, it was, for me, it was high drama. And so she calms me down. She tells me I need to breathe, get to the bathroom in case there is, bullets flying. I'm in the bathroom, I'm a mess. And so then she goes, okay, they have him in handcuffs. The policeman's going to come to the door. You can answer your door now, and I'm going to hang up with you. I'm like, okay. So she was a doll. She stayed with me until the police could finally come talk to me. They said, we got him. They go, he's not making any sense. He's either having a mental episode or he's on drugs. And I'm like a mess. They're like, we need to check your backyard, make sure there's no other people back there. And so they do all that. Okay, so now I'm calmed down finally. And they told me he might have he might have had a mental breakdown, or he might be on drugs. Well, I have somebody in my family that has mental illness, so I'm very sensitive towards that. So I went outside to talk to the police, and I start bawling. I said, you know what? I have someone in my family who has mental illness, and I do not want him arrested. I want him taken to the hospital. Okay, and then I start crying because I start thinking about my family who has mental illness. It was a mess. And they said, ma'am, do not worry. We're not going to take him we're not going to arrest him. We are going to take him to the hospital and have him checked out. And I'm like, okay, are you sure you're not going to arrest him? Because he needs to be taken to the hospital. I'm telling the police their job. Oh my God. They're like, oh my God, this woman is a mess. I'm like, pretty soon we're going to take her to the hospital. So I want to erase a little bit of this. And this is the thing that's nice about pencil, you can erase. So anyway, that's a long story to tell you why I'm kind of freaked out when I hear noises now. Because I'm like, is somebody on the roof? Is that insane, you guys, or what? Oh my God. That was a crazy day. Now, my husband, because I didn't give him time to talk, he couldn't get home fast. He was nowhere near. He does outside sales. And usually on the day that this happened, he's just down the street at one of his accounts. But this time he had an emergency, so he was already on the other side of town. So he was going to get here. The police were going to get here way before he could. He was probably 30 minutes from here, from the house. And thank God he was, because that all could have ended differently. I don't think my husband would have been, he wouldn't have been freaked out. He'd have been pissed. You know, bad things probably would have happened, okay? Because my husband wouldn't have known that the dude was mentally ill. My husband would take it as it's an attack on the house. So it was probably best that I was the one by myself that this happened to. And also that I'm sensitive to mental illness and people who have it, and I want them to get help, you know. So I would never be someone with who, if even if the person was on drugs, to have them jailed when they need to go to the hospital and they need to get help. And you know, you may be the person for the reason that they finally get the help. Like that was the last straw for them. Like, you know, when they come to, they find out, oh my God, I ended up on a roof. Okay, so whether they have mental illness or they're having a mental episode, you know, that could be the thing that really helps, makes them get some help that they need. So that's how I kind of feel about the situation. But that's why I don't know why I went through all that, but because I was freaked out. Okay, let's look at this skin. I think that is looking cool. This is exactly how this looked. Now we're going to throw some blush on the cheeks. We're going to do the eyes and all of that. But let's continue now down onto the skin. I am loving this. This is cool. This is exactly how hers looked. It was way cool. I don't even know if it was a her. I shouldn't even say her. Whoever the heck it was. They colored their, I think it was a girl that they were coloring, very similar to this. At least they use these type of colors. And like I said, I already had used this color combination on a flower. And I loved it, but I never thought to use it for skin until I seen the work of that artist using these colors for shading, and I'm like, oh my God, I love that. You guys, is that story insane or what? Woo! And I still get freaked out. I still think when I go outside, what's the first thing I do? I look at my roof where the palm trees are at. And there was a little bit more to this story, but I mean, there was more to the whole story, but that's the short of it. Oh, this is her arm right here. I need to color that chartreuse, what is this? Ginger root. Lightly. Just a second, I'm gonna make sure that I'm gonna go lightly. I started getting too heavy. Let's just erase the whole thing. Okay. Let me make sure that you guys can see that arm. Yeah, you can. Okay. All right, so now let's add in the magenta color, which is the processed red. And the reason I say when I say processed red, and I always say magenta, because this is not red. It's just like a magenta color. And I only discovered it because I was watching somebody do a coloring book page, and she used, I discovered this color with this color combination. I was watching this girl color. That's how I found out this color combination, and then I saw someone shading with it. But anyway, I seen her use the processed red, and I'm like, that isn't red. That is the most beautiful magenta color ever. And the reason I never used it, because it said processed red, and so I thought, oh, it must be some type of red color. And I'm really not into red that much. It is like a beautiful magenta color. Anyway. Okay. All right, I'm gonna finish outlining the rest of the body in the blue. I should have just done the whole thing. And then in about 5 minutes, as you guys always know, at about 30 minutes, for those who have been watching my channel, my phone restarts a new video every 30 minutes. So if you're watching this and I just cut out, just go to the next video. I have to make a decision on what color I'm going to paint or color her wings and her hair and her outfit. So anyway, I think I will do whatever I do to the hair is what I'll do to the wings. I think that'll be a nice little connection. I'm going to bring this back a little bit right here. There we go. Okay. All right, and then let's take that magenta color. Lay that right next to the blue. Okay. That looks good. Okay, let's do some right here. When I put this on, this is like a light medium pressure, not super heavy, but a light medium. I'm making sure that some of the processed red is over some of the blue. So when we go to blend, things blend easier. Okay, so now let's take our blender pencil. Make sure you guys are still there, and let's blend. Let's blend the violet, or the violet. Is this violet? No, indigo blue into the processed red. Oh, and I never really talked about this. Duh, I'm using Prismacolor pencils. I'm just assuming everybody knows what I'm using. Sorry about that. Some of you guys this whole time might have been like, what pencils are you using? And so if you don't have Prismacolor pencils and you have some other type of pencils, you do need pencils that are like more blendable type of pencils. if you don't have these exact colors, you can use something comparable. It's not always about the colors, it's also about the technique I'm using. But in this case, it is also about the colors, just because that's what attracted me, was these colors. But if you don't have them, don't freak out, don't fret. Just find something comparable. This girl's right, because you always say, don't fret, don't fret. She thinks it's hilarious that I say that all the time. And then I'm using my ginger root in the middle again, and going right over that processed red. And when you go back over the processed red and back over the ginger root right in the middle, it creates another color. It blends things more, and it creates like a really nice highlight. I love it. I'm gonna do a little bit of that on the face here. Yeah, that looks good. So I went back up to the face and did the same thing to where the magenta is. Take your ginger root and go over that again. Over a little bit of the magenta, and then bring it out, and then it just really blends everything really nice. If some of the blue comes into it, I think that looks cool, because that just adds like another little shade or highlight sorts. Okay, so again, let's blend the blue into the processed red. What I'm trying to say, if some of this blue gets into the middle part where it's lighter, I look at that as like the color of the shading bounced off onto the lighter skin, and I think that looks cool. So it's letting little mistakes like that mean something, and it looks cool, because somebody will look at your work and they'll be like, how in the world did she think to do that? Well, it just happened. But you can also purposely take a little bit of blue and put it into the skin, the lighter skin part, the highlight in the middle. Because all colors bounce off each other, right? Especially onto the lighter parts.